Stories, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Talk Today is brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Cayman Islands' foremost listener participation program.
Talk Today.
What's on your mind, Cayman? If you're ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Discussing current events and local news, community spotlights, hot topics, listener stories, cultural and historical discussions, environmental issues, fun and lighthearted topics, guest interviews. Cayman, basically anything you want to talk about, we are ready to listen. Here's your guest host,
Charles Glidden.
Coming up next, we're going to be continuing our Honoring Women interviews. Later in the show, you can express yourself on open line. What's on your mind, Cayman? Talk Today's next on Radio Cayman, 50 years strong. Okay, I tell you what, guests, come on in. Go ahead, sit down. You can take those two middle seats there. Yep, we're 50 years strong and celebrating our 50th anniversary. You know, a lot of things must have been going on in 1976. The Lighthouse School is celebrating their 50 years. And Friday, we were at the credit union and they were celebrating their 50th anniversary. Radio Cayman, 50 years old. It seems like a very active time in the Cayman Islands, even though, as we learned when we were covering the celebrations at the credit union, 1975, 1976 were some tough years that people were recalling. There was a depression going on, you know, and but we managed to, we were building roads, the airport, the ports. Radio Cayman was established, and I guess that was part of the reason that we were able to get through that period by, infrastructure development, giving employment to people. Well, it is Monday. I'm Charles Glidden, and I'm glad that you could join me here this afternoon. Thankful for another day. We all do that Monday morning reboot, just like our computers, right? You wake up and then you black out again, and then you come back. And you're ready to face the world. Back to the grindstone to take care of business. Did you watch the Oscars last night? How did your favorites do? That's always a big night for people to, see how their favorite actors, actresses, their movies did. Big winners, one battle after another. Took him 6 Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Adapted Screenplay. And Sinners went in with a record 16 nominations, won 4 awards, including Michael B. Jordan for actor. Well done. I like that. I like him. And one of my old-time favorites, though, Sean Penn. Yeah. Sean's still knocking it out of the park, man. He best actor in a supporting role. So, yeah, always enjoy watching Sean Penn. So, here we are, facing the world again on another Monday. And, of course, March is honoring Women's Month, and we're going to get underway covering that subject again this afternoon. And joining me in the studio right now is Myrta Day. Good afternoon, Myrta.
Good afternoon, Charlo.
How do you, and you're going to have to tell me who you have with you.
This is one of my colleagues, Tristan Wiesenhagen.
Okay, and what, both of you are from
Department
sports?
of Sports, yes.
So, how is sports honoring women as this month?
We have a number of activities lined up. We've already done our biggest event on International Women's Day at the Kimpton. That went very well. And we have a number of activities lined up to finish off the month.
Tell us a little bit about what the whole policy is as far as your department in honoring month.
The policy was, we, as within the Cayman Islands, I think it's a given that we focus on all genders, but March is Honoring Women's Month, and part of my mandate is to make sure that we roll out activities and initiatives that encourage, celebrate the achievements of women and girls and the strides that we've made.
Talk about that development for me. Tell us, elaborate on that for me.
The development or the events itself?
The development.
Well, the development is to put women in touch, or girls in touch with the various entities and initiatives. That's ongoing throughout the year. You have all the different associations and the clubs, the programs within the Cayman Islands that women, if they're interested in and they don't know how to reach out to those, to get activities, we can put them in touch with those. And is ongoing building activities throughout the programs that we offer or different entities offer in Cayman. And it's been developed by the individual associations or the coaches coaching these programs.
So, Tristan, is it?
That's it. Tristan, yes.
Yes. What kind of programs does the Department of Sports have that are specifically aimed at women in sports?
Well, a lot. If you're talking generically speaking, there's what Ms. Mita already said, miscellaneous associations, miscellaneous programs that are running. What we are doing during the Honor Women's Month is that we bring the community together, and that what we do is that we celebrate women's strength, resilience, and achievements in the face of the challenges, and to recommit ourselves as a community to creating a more inclusive and equitable world. And the programming that we are offering throughout this month, like Ms. Mita said, we already delivered on our flagship event and some previous events. The first event was a church service, Living the Giving Life. After that, we did a wellness presentation with Siobhan Nixon. But the flagship event was on International Women's Day, where we did a brunch at the Kimpton. And what we did there is that we highlighted our 3 panelists under the hashtag Give to Gain theme, which was Lauren Scott, Shamara McCarthy, and Faith Crooks. And what we gave the audience was an opportunity to understand how sport contributed to what it is that they're doing right now and how their journey was. And at the same time, by allowing them to be the panelists for that specific day, we were able to share their vision and their accomplishments, which are not always seen. And I guess a great example of that.
Not even always seen, not known.
A great example of that, and I'll pass the mic to Ms. Mita for that, is, for example, Lauren Scott.
So Lauren is a young Caymanian, 25-year-old, and she's working out of the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And she is coordinating events with audiences, the same amount of people that we have
on
in our
island.
country, 6 to 5,000 and up. So I don't believe many people knew. A very small percentage of people knew what Lauren was doing. And has been doing and still doing. Right now she's getting ready for the Miami Open, and she just packed up the what would have been the American football. And then after that, she'll go on to the Formula One race driving. I don't believe people would have known that a Caymanian is working in and leading one of the driving forces behind such events.
So she's an administrator for all these.
She's an event organizer.
Yeah.
Yes.
So was she involved in sports here in Cayman?
Yes, she was a footballer. So the title for her when we introduced her was an athlete mindset, driving global events. Yes. So she started off as a footballer.
So when we watch the Dolphins playing there, she is behind the scenes somewhere.
Yes, not only for the Dolphins, for any event
that
falls out of that.
That's probably what most
stadium.
people watch from Hard Rock.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, and then you mentioned Formula One, which is a big event in South Florida too.
Yes, and right now they're getting ready for the Miami Open, the tennis open.
Do you see more and more athletes from Cayman getting into that sort of thing? Do you think that's a path for them?
Well, I think it's definitely a path that they could consider, and that's exactly why we wanted to put her out there on the forefront so people could know that what she's doing, and then they could think, well, if she can achieve it, maybe I can too.
How did she get there? I mean, she went to school in the U.S. or how? Yeah,
she went to university, and I think that's what she wanted to. She explored, and she was able to get her foot in the door, and she's soaring and knocking it out of the park.
So, as far as women in sports in Cayman, going back over the years, do we have more women participating now, or has women always been a big part of Cayman?
Definitely more women participate now.
Why do you think that is?
Well, it's a fact. Back in the day, you didn't even have organised sports for women. You remember how many women you had playing football when you played in your era growing up?
I never really played. But.
No, but do you know? did you hear about a football league in your era?
Not a female football.
Exactly.
League, no.
So that's what I'm saying. As we evolve and we move on, women are getting more opportunities to play.
So I see we need to take a little break here. So stay with me. We'll be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Hey, new drivers, don't just drive smart. Cynical and Inspire Cayman's Safe Driver program will show you how. Get real-life simulator training and classroom sessions to help you gain experience, stay alert, and avoid accidents. Learn to recognize risk, manage fatigue, and make smart choices behind the wheel. Certified participants may even pay less for Cynical motor insurance. Learn more and register at cynical.ky. Cynical, keeping Cayman covered.
What matters most to you right now? The cost of living, housing, jobs, healthcare, safety? The Cayman Islands government has set 7 national priorities for 2026 to 2028, focused on areas that affect daily life, from preparing Caymanians for opportunity, to improving quality of life and social stability, to strengthening Cayman's long-term resilience. Learn more about the 7 broad outcomes at gov.ky/priorities. 7 priorities, 1 Cayman.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
On a daily basis, making it easy to connect with you, our listeners. Add us to WhatsApp today, 925-3261. That's 925-3261.
Radio Cayman.
Send a text or voice note.
Message us at 925-3261 on WhatsApp today and get active with Radio Cayman.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
Happy 50th anniversary, Radio Cayman. Radio Cayman has been in my life for, seems like forever. I grew up listening to talk shows, to series, and there was no television, but Radio Cayman was there. Radio Cayman has been with us for 50 years. They are a trusted source, especially during hurricanes and other events. Having their calm voice to keep us informed and guide us through major events has been outstanding. So I want to give a big thank you to Radio Cayman, the entire team. Happy 50th anniversary.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and I'm talking to Myrta Day and Tristan Vasenhagen of the Department of Sports as far as what their department has been doing to participate in honoring Women Month. And what is up for this evening?
This evening we have a fit dance fitness session, and that will be led by a young Caymanian woman, Unique. And we're looking forward to that, and that's open to the public.
So what will that be about? What can people expect if they go there?
It'll be basic dance routine in a fun way that will encourage you to be active and socialize with the fellow participants that shows up this evening.
Mm-hmm. So where is that going to be?
It's going to be at the Intergenerational Hub, and it will start at 6 o'clock tonight.
And where is that, the Intergenerational?
That's behind Fastest Food Fair Airport, next to DHL.
All right.
131 McClendon Drive. Yeah.
And then on Friday, you have another event going, right?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
That's an intergenerational games night, and that's for ages 12 and up. And last year we've seen like up to 80 people show up, and basically is an evening for adults, young people, seniors, to just come and hang out together and play a variety of games and socialize together.
What are some of the games that you're going to be playing?
We're going to have Jeopardy that's focused for Cayman. We have Cayman.
Just like the game you see on TV?
Yes. Yeah.
But it'll have questions that's to do with Cayman, and that's done by Youth Services Unit. We're very happy that they're collaborating with us again this year. And there'll be activities like coloring, puzzles, bingo, dominoes, you name it, the usual board games, Lude, and then physical activity as well. We, get the people moving. They'll be doing like beanbag throw, running, ball play, Connect Four, shooting, basketball shootout, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. So you have prizes is it sort of competitive, or it's just a friendly?
It's just a friendly evening for everybody to just come and mingle and interact. And you have some of the younger people sitting with the seniors and maybe playing a game with them or doing the Connect Four or perhaps Scrabble. So it's just a friendly evening. We'll have some refreshments for everybody to enjoy. Yeah. And it's a nice evening.
Yeah, it's tailored towards people from 12 years and up, all the way up to 100. It is still, again, at the intergenerational hub. We start at 6 o'clock, and most likely we will end around 8 or 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Yeah, 9 o'clock, yeah.
So how did that go the last time you did it?
It went very well. Yeah, this is the third year now.
The meeting of the generations, what kind of exchange did you notice happening there?
They talk, they learn from each other. You'll find that for some activities, they break off because, of course, the seniors, won't be doing sprints and that kind of stuff. But I was chatting to one of the women from my fitness group who's in her 40s, and she was saying early 50s that she was playing Scrabble with Miss Jenna Manderson. And how Miss Jenna whooped her. She was saying that she was so sharp, but coming up with the words and stuff. You have that type of interaction and them sharing stories with each other as well. So we're hoping to see that. Last year we had the youth group from Savannah United Church. East End also came in, their youth group. And we had young people coming from different demographics and different districts that were not necessarily attached to a church group. Like some of the basketballers, some of the netballers, So we hope to see that again this year. And then.
So is that how you network this? Is through the churches and the different?
We identify different people because we have in our fitness group we have a variety of people. We have the youth pastor for Savannah United in our youth group. We have one of the people that worked for Savannah United in East End, and we also had Miss Vanda, who's a community development officer that worked along with West Bay, and then of course all of our department coaches have clubs, and so we just send it out and feed it through every system that we can, and then we have senior programs ourselves, and that's how we pass word on. Yeah.
So next Monday, you have stretch and recovery. Tell us about that.
Indeed. Well, that's a very interesting session also. It's something that we have done in previous years also. It's led by Jermaine James. This year. And it is actually very interesting because we offer many different fitness and sports programs, but everybody thinks, stretching, we will do that. But trust me, after 1 hour, you'll be sweating and you'll be trying to grasp some air because it's pretty intense. But it's also very important to do because, the stretching is very important, but it allows your body to recover properly too, hence stretch and recovery session. And it's something that actually the majority of the people are actually looking forward to also. Yep.
Yeah. Stretching is something that's really important for seniors, right?
It is.
Tell us a little bit about the benefits of that.
I mean, the benefits of stretching. Stretching is one of the 3 most important reasons why we should exercise. Because you're talking about your cardiovascular fitness, muscular endurance, and then stretching. For elasticity. We take for granted every day for us to just bend down and pick up that pot, say, under that table, or to reach up in a cupboard to get something. And to be able to do that effectively, you need to be flexible. And to be flexible, you need to stretch. So basic stretching is extremely important, especially as we age, because it allows us our independence. It still allows us to do things that we were able to do when we were younger and keeps our body in condition.
Yeah. I heard someone say, if you do one kind of exercise, stretch, that, if you're not going to walk or you're not going to, do a lot of physical exercise, at least stretch, that you'll get a lot of benefits out of it.
I agree.
So another event is happening on Wednesday. What's happening on Wednesday the 25th?
Well, we try to be inclusive, so we wanted to do an activity with the SOCI athletes, the Special Olympic athletes, and bocce is one of their main games, and it's something that the whole family could do. So we thought it would be nice for us to involve the athletes from Special Olympics and have some of our sponsors team up with them for the unified partners. So it'll be 2 athletes and 2 outside people on a team. And we're going to be hosting this tournament at the Lions Centre. Lions Club, they're one of the sponsors for us this year. And we're very pleased to have them on board. And so that's what that evening will be about. It'll be a little tournament with a mixture of people from the different government departments and the sponsors who are on board, playing along with the athletes.
Yeah, and that event will start at 5:30 at the Lions Centre. And even though that we have teams already established or in the process of, we do invite the public to come to participate and to help cheer everybody on.
But participate in the way as in spectators.
Correct, yes. Yeah.
Okay. For people who might not know what that is, but kind of give us a description of that.
Well, it's a long court, and you basically toss is one smaller ball, and then the aim is the other 4 balls for the team is to roll the ball and get the ball as close as possible to that ball. And it's different strategies. I don't really know the game well, but I volunteered 2 years ago when we hosted the tournament here, and I have to tell you, it's a lot of strategy fun. In that game. Yeah. It's a fun game. I'm looking forward to that tournament, and I'm pretty sure that our minister, I know he's teaming up with James Miles from Youth Services to be on the team. That team is already formed, and we hope to have our sponsor Wellies on board as well, Department of Sports and also CUC. And we're waiting to see who the other two teams will be. But I know that our Minister, Honourable Isaac Rankin, he's looking forward to that, to playing.
And that's a big game among Special Olympians.
Oh, yes. We've had a lot of bocce champions. I mean, I can't speak to that, but Miss Nicole was on with us the other night, and she was able to speak to it because that's her area of specialty. I know that some of the teams, the outside players, are going down this Sunday to try and learn a little bit more strategy about it so that they can go out there and be able to give it their all.
All right, it's time for us to take a little break again, but we'll be right back.
What matters most to you right now? The cost of living, housing, jobs, healthcare, safety. The Cayman Islands government has set 7 national priorities for 2026 to 2028, focused on areas that affect daily life, from preparing Caymanians for opportunity to improving quality of life and social stability to strengthening Cayman's long-term resilience. Learn more about the 7 broad outcomes at gov.ky/priorities. 7 priorities, 1 Cayman.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
The Consumer Price Index Rental Survey conducted by the Economics and Statistics Office is now underway. The survey aims to collect data from residents of the Cayman Islands who are renting properties. The ESO invites participation in the Consumer Price Index Housing Rental Survey, which the ESO will conduct in February, May, August, and November each year. The CPI survey helps to calculate the inflation rate or the changes in the cost of living in the Cayman Islands. Trained ESO staff with ESO ID cards will administer the survey. The individual information is confidential in accordance with the Statistics Act. No individual data will be published or disclosed. Survey data are exempt from Freedom of Information requests. For more details, please call the ESO hotline at 516-3329 or directly at 244-4602.
How much you need to move depends on which stage of life you're in. Children and adolescents ages 16 to 17 should engage in 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous activity daily, such as running, climbing, and jumping rope. Whereas seniors aged 65 and over should aim for at least 150 minutes a week of moderate intensity activity, such as brisk walking, along with strength training and balance activities at least 2 days a week. Your health matters. Let's step into Wellness Cayman. Log on to gov.ky/MoveItCayman to join the challenge today.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and we are hearing how the Department of Sport is honoring women during the month of March, and we left off with was it the bocce tournament? But you have one coming up also on Saturday, the 28th of March, right?
Yes, we're going to be having a women empowerment event, and that's going to showcase a number of our seniors and women who come to some of our fitness sessions from the various districts, and they will be doing demonstrations on some of the things that they've learned and power walks, and the focal point of that event will be the John Gray High School Choir, and they are gearing up to go off on a tour to Italy this summer, so they will be our main feature for that event. It's free and open to the public, but we're asking people to drop, even if it's $5 or $1, whatever they can, in a bucket, And that's in keeping with the hashtag Give to Gain theme. So that's what we will be focusing on that Saturday. And we also will have refreshments for the public that comes to spectate. And we encourage the public to come out and support us.
Yeah. And again, those donations, so to say, are basically tailored towards the trip that they're going to be making, because, of course, they need to finance that trip.
Yeah, I think we heard some other people talking about them going. It seems to be like it's a very special opportunity for them to go and participate.
They are very talented. Yeah. I have to tell you, I've heard them. They are amazing.
Yeah.
Really amazing.
We walked into them on the Valentine's event in the general admin building, and we were mesmerized by them. It was really amazing. Yeah.
So at this event, it's called Women Empowerment. What are you going to get into from that aspect of it?
Well, we're going to be showcasing the various women in our groups. They're going to demonstrate from our 84-year-old and hopefully our 97, Miss Francine, our national hero. She comes to the fitness groups in West Bay. The West Bay group will be demonstrating. We have a group that meets at 10 o'clock, 6 to 5 and up, and they come from a variety of districts. And all of the fitness groups, we will have some type of a demo from each group, showcasing what they learned over the year and how fitness and health and wellness can benefit us. Basically, that's what they will be showcasing, and then we'll end off with the John Gray High School choir singing.
Yeah. You'll be surprised to see what they can still perform and what they can still do. So I'm personally really looking forward to that session.
Yes, I mean, we have seniors from the West Bay group that can do front push kicks. 83, 84-year-olds. I mean, I had them on the screen. We had them on the screen at the Kimpton in the slideshow. I mean, and that started off as a part of their balance training. And they can lift their foot up and kick higher than a regular person and do a front push kick on a target. It's absolutely amazing, some of the things that they're doing.
So the idea is keep moving.
Keep moving.
Don't just sit there.
Don't stop. And I tell you something, if it's a group that know the value of working out and exercising, is that group. On a small day, you're getting 16 people, they show up.
They're the most consistent group of all the groups that we coach.
All the groups are great. Don't get me wrong, but I have to say, like, I fancy that they don't like to miss.
No.
The hub group as well. The 65 and up, they just seem to have this spirit about them that they know the value of what it is to work out and what they're gaining from it. They have really a great spirit, those two groups.
Tell us a little bit about some of the events that have already gone, because you started this right on the 1st of March.
Yes.
Yes. Like I said, we started the 1st of March with a church service under Reverend Mary Graham, and it was themed out Living the Giving Life. And what she did is she basically opened up the month in the right tone, and under the theme Give to Gain, and under the theme Living the Giving Life. What does it mean to live a giving life? And it was an opportunity to share scripture together. It was an opportunity to have some songs that we shared together, all guided and brought together by Reverend Mary Graham,
who happens to be in two of our fitness groups. She attends the one in West Bay, and she also attends the one at the hub at 10 o'clock. And pretty much everybody in that program was someone that was involved in some shape or form in our fitness group or within the government departments and entities that collaborated to make that event happen. And you would see that we included males as well, because we can't do it alone. We all have to be each other's supporters. And you have sisters, brothers, mothers, aunts, so we all just want everybody to thrive and to do well. So we have events while it's on Women's Month, and some events are focused on women we still encourage males to come out and be involved.
Is it generally more females than males that come out to these things?
No, definitely more females, but we have the males that do come out and support.
Okay. And tell us about the wellness presentation.
The wellness presentation went very well, but I want to go back to the church service and to say that we ended up with breakfast, and that was sponsored by Wellis. Wellis is one of our in-kind sponsors. They've been sponsoring us for a number of years, and they have sponsored all the events with all the refreshments that we've had, except, of course, for the one at the Kimpton. But the wellness presentation saw one of our young Caymanian psychologists, and she spoke about serving without losing yourself. And that was really good. So you would see all the themes had tied back into living the given life was one, and then we have serving without losing yourself, and it all ties into the theme of #GiveToGain. And she spoke about how sometimes we can often get burnt out because we need to know when to stop and when to say, I need to take care of me, because if I don't take care of me, I cannot give you all that you need.
Yeah, and again, she also gave us great examples of how to give in a healthy manner, but also some examples of, for example, what an unhealthy way of giving is. So it was very interesting. I was, of course, one of the organizers with Ms. Mead of the event, but we were listening at the same time. And at the same time, whilst you're listening, you're reflecting on what it is that she's saying and how, for example, we could improve on certain of those areas also.
Yeah. Sometimes people get so wrapped up in the giving, and I mean their hearts are so open to helping people.
You overdo it.
They forget about themselves.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. And that's what this was about. Yeah.
And on the 8th of March was another Sunday event?
That was the intergenerational that was the International Women's Day. That was our big event, and that's where we had our panelists, and we had 3 panelists. Lauren, who was a former national athlete, and she's the one that is working all the big events at the Hard Rock, out of the Hard Rock Stadium, overseeing premier events. And we had Shamar McCarthy, who was one of our rugby, netball, you name it. She did a lot of sports, but I would say her biggest would have been the rugby, because she played rugby not only for the Cayman Islands, but at one point for the United States team as well. And she's now, we called her the engineering on and off the field, because she's an engineer and working with STEM and that kind of stuff. And then also she's one of our top athletes. And then our third panelist was Miss Faith Crooks. We had her quintessential nurturer of Olympians and legacy builder, because her son and her daughter, top athletes for us. Jordan won the world championships. So they were 3 really interesting topics. And, she spoke from a parent point of view, and that was really interesting, how she navigated that, being a parent and making sure her kids got all that they needed, but at the same time allowing them to make choices and still live a regular life. So that was really interesting. And then our panel moderator was Miss Gloria McField Nixon, Chief Officer, and she was amazing. That was really good to have that combination.
So, thinking back, who are some of the women that played important parts in sport development in Cayman, or participated in sports, that people may not remember these days?
Definitely Miss Lucille Seymour. You had Miss Dilbert, Miss Veronica Dilbert, late Veronica Dilbert, that was involved with the volleyball. And we had people like Miss Edna Moyle. Those are 3 people that I would say really were pioneers. And then you had the other people that came here and settled and became one of us, like Jan Pereira, Penny McDowell, Sue Tressida, my PE teacher. I mean, yeah, and the list goes on. Those were women who were cemented in sports and ensured that we got exposed to opportunities and went out there and toiled and gave back. people like that, like Jocelyn Marshall, who refereed. So we have to applaud those people.
And how does the future look?
I think the future looks bright, but we still have a ways to go. There are a number of things that still could be done to make sure that we get where we need to go. But it's evolving.
And any young names that we should keep our eyes out for to make a mark in sports in Cayman?
Well, I mean, we have the likes of Shamara McCarthy, like I say, and Lauren, and we have Jillian Crooks coming up. We have Jade Pitcairn, our squash player. We have Lacey Barnes, who's out there coaching now. I think she's taken a step back from actually participating herself. We have people like Rosie Wilson, top netballer. We have Ashanti Graham. Gabrielle Linton is another young thrower that just won gold 2 years in a row. I can't recall her name right now, but yes, we have a bright future. We have a bright future.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to the future.
Thank you.
Marta Day and Tristan Vessenhagen, right? Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.
Thank you, Charlotte.
It's 1:00 and time to check in with the newsroom.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
With your latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. The Cayman Islands sent a large delegation to Refocus 2026, a major annual conference for senior life insurance and reinsurance executives, hosted by the American Council of Life Insurers and the Society of Actuaries. More than 40 professionals attended, including representatives from the Cayman Islands Monetary Authority. Cayman Finance sponsored the event alongside Circa, IMAC, and DART. In a statement released today, Cayman Finance said the strong Cayman presence highlights the continued growth of the jurisdiction's reinsurance sector and its deep ties to the North American market. The delegation also invited industry leaders to continue discussions in April at Reconnect 2026 right here in Grand Cayman. In other news, whistleblowers say Meta and TikTok let more harmful posts into people's feeds after internal research showed outrage boosted engagement. This included material linked to violence, sexual blackmail, and terrorism. The firms deny prioritizing profit over safety. In other international news, the chair of the U.S. Federal Communications Commission is threatening to revoke broadcasters' licenses over their coverage of the U.S.-Israel war with Iran after criticism from President Donald Trump. He says licenses are not a property right and stations must serve the public interest, which they believe the current coverage does not when it does not highlight the U.S. in a positive light, according to the White House narrative. Those are the latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
At
At HSA, we strive to provide the highest standard of care with compassion, integrity, and dedication. And so we say thank you, Cayman, for continuing to make us the most awarded organization on island by voting us the best of Cayman Islands in 9 medical categories. Your support reminds us why we do what we do, to serve the Cayman community with kindness and excellence. To find out more about our award-winning services, visit hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands. Hinton Roxroy Connolly was born in Creek, Cayman Brac on 9th September 1937. Fondly known as Big H to his family and friends, following a 5-year career at sea, Mr. Hinton returned to Cayman Brac, taking up work with Brac Power and Light Company for 3 years prior to moving to Grand Cayman, where he commenced employment with Cable and Wireless in March 1966. Big H would eventually move back to Cayman Brac, working his way up from a linesman to a supervisor throughout the 29 years of employment with Cable and Wireless, eventually retiring in August 1994. Following his retirement, Mr. Hinton continued to do electrical work for the many people of Cayman Brac. Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
K-Fest 2026 is in full swing, celebrating poetry, film, dance, concerts, visual arts, and so much more. Follow Cayman Culture Socials to see it all. It all culminates on Saturday, March 21st with Red Sky at Night, happening at the Harkwell Theatre grounds, featuring local art, crafts, live music, dance, storytelling, interactive activities, and more. It's an event for the whole family. Pre-sale tickets are just $10 adults and $5 for children. Visit ticketsplash.ky to secure yours today. Red Sky at Night, the grand finale at K-Fest 2026.
Sponsored by Ministry of Culture, Camana Bay, Coca-Cola, Webster's Tours, What's On, and Radio Cayman.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Let's take a look at the weather, what's happening around here. Current conditions, 85 degrees here in Georgetown, feels like 93. Wind out of the southeast at almost 10 knots. And today's forecast is calling for a partly cloudy afternoon and evening with isolated showers tonight. Southeast winds at 10 to 15 knots and moderate seas running at 3 to 5 feet. Taking a look at the radar, I see a little bit of rain around Grand Cayman out there in our waters, and Sister Island, just about the same thing, yeah. But everything out at sea right now. Well, hey, I'm all alone here in the studio. No guests, so hey, why don't you give me a call and keep me company, huh? Numbers to call, 1-800-534-8255. That is courtesy of Flo. Other numbers you can reach me on, 949-8037, 949-6990. And, of course, we have WhatsApp for you, 925-3261. So pick up the phone, give me a call, express yourself. Let's chat about what's going on, what's on your mind. You can vent a little bit maybe, or maybe you want to pass on some good news. And just looking at some of the things making news in Cayman. Interesting story here in the Compass. Headlined, Recruitment Patterns Reshaping Cayman's Workforce. So the demographics of the workforce changing in recent times. You know, the different nationalities that make up Cayman's workforce, and that has always been a mixture from all over the world for a long time. But the patterns are starting to change of late. We do have a caller on the line, so let's check in with the phone lines. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Toth today.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hi. Good afternoon.
No sun in the studio today, no hot.
No what in the studio?
No sun, no hot.
Oh. I had to air my head out. It was getting kind of...
Say that again?
It was getting kind of cloudy in my head, so I had to air my head out. So
What a stress. Oh, boy. When I was talking to you last week, I met the farm to you and the dolphins, and I didn't remember the present time until the little young man from Wesley had called you. Saturday gone week, like I said, we went down to the farm.
Yeah.
And we charge $10 for a child to get in, and $15 for me. And I said, well, I'm a taxi driver, and I'm supposed to pay you guys. Well, you're not bringing the visitors; you bring in your family, and when you bring your visitors, them are special because of you as a taxi driver. I said, oh yeah, cool. So they say, well, you can't go in because, did you take this course? I said, no, that the one that you all brought on after COVID. Yes. So I tell her, no, I ain't taking no course, and I spent a lot of time going behind there because they wanted us to take a little crash course.
What kind of course was that?
Something in regards to the COVID and
okay.
Touching the turtles and
right.
and all that kind of stuff. You had to know what to do and what not to do and blah 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 blah. I'm not doing it. Anyhow, paid and ready in, and I got in then and I paid for the children. But I look at that educational ground there for everybody, especially all the young ones. And for a little child that's only 7 years, a little boy that is 10, 11 years old, got to pay to go in there. I have no one on the ground to educate these children, but all of these signs that you got to stand up and read them as you go by, and the sun is boiling hot. As far as I can remember, some years ago, people on the ground walking with you and talking with you. Now they got a. This is just the show and tell section now. This is not the way you go and swim and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
I'm just talking part. Yes, I don't know about the swimming part, how that runs. And these two security guards there, and as they see, before you touch your toes, you got to wash your hands. And I'm like, okay. I didn't know that my grandchildren would even have the nerve to touch them, but anyhow, they sanitize their hand and they touch and sanitize their hand again. But what I'm trying to get at, they're at a turtle farm. The amount of money the government pays, I don't know, every year or every 2 years of the budget, and to go back there and see what you see just on the regular visit. Like I say, they got two parts, right? They just do this regular section.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those tanks didn't even have a turtle. I remember the last time I went back there before this COVID situation. The turtle was the other way. They were on each other's back. And they would tell you how to pick up the turtle. And you could pick it up, or the visitor could pick it up, and they show you. There's someone live there to tell you how to pick it up and pat the turtle and whatever. Now today you don't have that. What you have to do is just go and touch the turtle back. You can't pick up and blah, blah, blah. But I say all of that to say this. Injected into that turtle farm every year or every 2 years. To me, it is a waste of money to an extent. The gift shop, they have 100 different items to try to make business inside of a turtle center, which was called a turtle farm. It had about 3 names. Turn around, they're changing the name. The stuff that they have inside there, not even affiliated, it's a blasted turtle. You understand?
Just souvenirs
So,
in general.
they're souvenirs. Yes, they're souvenirs. Some of them got turtle written on it, and some turtles made from glass that is being brought from elsewhere and so forth. You know, we can't do nothing with the turtles no more in Ireland. We used to make the lotion and the jewelry and the hair clips and the and so forth. We can't do all that no more. I understand all of that. And we didn't stop until someone come in here and made that stop. And I just tell you how weak we are in this island to make someone come in and tell us what we can do from what we can do in our own country. That needs to be stopped.
Yeah, I think the problem was when people took it out of the country with the whole CITES thing and all that.
Even they were purchasing some of the stuff and taking it out of the country, and some part of the world didn't accept it. We have enough people on this island. We got visitors who come in here and got their own homes and their condos and this 1 week hotel and blah blah. They could have used the sun and lotion while I was here in the Cayman Islands. I know the turtle backs you could not take them back in after you fix them up so nice and all that kind of stuff, you know. I just think there's a lot of money being wasted on the turtle farm, and they're not really gaining it back, and it's not much of an even with the hatchery. Not even one little turtle was pebbling there in the sand, and there's no water on the ground.
They don't give you like a tour where someone is actually telling you about the what's going on and that sort of thing. The life of
the hatchery. In the hatchery section, they got a voice up and they're talking. And I guess that's a recording that plays over. But years ago, they had people working on the ground.
Right.
They ain't got nobody on the ground no more. They got security on the ground. They just observing, making sure you don't stand by.
I mean, I thought that was great when they had the guide there, and he would be interacting with the people and telling you about the hatchery and everything, and you could ask questions and that sort of thing.
All that was nice, I think, on them days gone by. It has changed in COVID for the worse. But I just have to say, in my opinion, I haven't been back there about 2 weeks ago. Just taking people there when they go in, and some of them comes out, they're upset. Oh, they should not hold the turtles like that. They're hostage, and they should let them get back in the wild and blah, 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 blah. And I want to speak about the dolphins. I believe the dolphins are under new management. I could be wrong. I was told that when they start charging $2 per person just to go to stand by the railing when you was going there for free. You understand? Someone wanted to use the bathroom a couple of months ago, and so it goes over there and we'll let them use the bathroom. They say, just want to use the bathroom, you have to still. So I think I told you this before, they had to go to the turtle center and use their bathroom. So now, where the dolphins are, they have a little lower part there where the water rolls up onto the cement. The local fish or wild fish was hanging around there. Beautiful. There right now, a lot of moss, a lot of green grass, and a lot of green moss. It's not even a place clean like it used to be. And who's in charge of all of this stuff to make sure the visitors don't come here and go back home with some sort of skin disease and blame it on tourism or whoever. You know how the people are in the rest of the world suing. And we're going to soon get to that stage, too, that we're going to start suing people ourselves because everybody coming here wants to sue us.
Well, it should be presentable. I mean, if it's going to be a tourist attraction, it should be looking good.
It was looking good. But that little section, very greeny and mossy, and you don't see the little fish there no more. There's a lot of old green, ugly-looking grass, mossy looking, and the dolphins are in that pool, in and out from the little lock-ins to the wide open that they come in. But
let me ask you something though. Your customers that you take there, do they feel like
that again?
The people, the tourists that you take to the Turtle Center, do they feel like they, besides those that say, they shouldn't treat the turtles like that, do they feel that the experience that they have there is worth the money that they paid to go in? And do they think it's worth it?
Some of them do think it worth the money, even though they are getting a discount with the taxi drivers, only like $15 per person.
Uh-huh.
If they want to go into the section to swim, now it's going to be more, and there's no discount on that. You understand?
Yeah.
But they don't feel sometimes that's such a great experience, because then, like I said, and I didn't know that there was not many turtles not back there no more. It was there by the hundreds, and they're getting lesser and lesser. Like I said, I came across one or two that didn't have one turtle in it.
Wow. Yeah.
So I don't know. They need to close that turtle farm down, because if government if government gets from that, I take my hat off to them. But when I hear that they're always looking revenue to do something with turtle farm and want to build a dock so they can to draw more people to come to the turtle farm and blah blah, what do they have down there extra to offer to the people? The dolphins, Mr. Glidden. For all 20 years, where the tourists been going? Hell, turtle farm, dolphins, Tortuga rum cake, a scenery, history of the island and some of the old residential homes. We don't have anything new for years to show these people within the district of these tours are 95% going. We got some who is going to Botanical Gardens, who is going to the Crystal Cave, who is going to Pedro St. James. And when they do that, they pre-book from the cruise ship, and their is so tight that if they cross a few shops on the way going up or coming down, they can't even stop in there because in their time is a limit and precious, and even that to a degree. But why is it that we got to have little businesses in the districts and these tour buses come through and can't support one of their shops? And tourism is doing absolutely nothing about it. Every tour that we're doing, 99.9% to West Bay.
So they're trying to get back, do the tour and get back to the ship.
Yes. And they want to head back to the ship. They can't even stop.
Well, listen, I got another caller that's been hanging on. But
yes, sir. Go right ahead.
But thank you for the call, and you gave us a nice little picture there of what's going on at the Turtle Center. You take care. Have a good afternoon.
Bye-bye.
And we do have someone else on the line there. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Charles.
Yes. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I was just listening to that caller just now about the turtle farm.
Mm-hmm.
As a Caymanian that grew up around this.
Let me ask, are you on your speakerphone? Okay, you sound kind of echoey.
You can hear me good now?
Yeah, that's better.
All right. What I was trying to say is, as a Caymanian that has been going to the turtle farm from I was a little kid,
mm-hmm.
I could remember when it was on the side where the Dolphin Discovery is now.
Yeah.
And, those times was the best times when it was like that, because there was 100% more engagement with the people in the community towards the turtles, giving us a little bit more of a pride of our national dish. But because we have, this is just my opinion, because we have this sensitivity in our society that we feel that there's changes that need to be made, but those changes are affecting how the locals are seeing the attraction, turtle farm. including myself. I go to the turtle farm maybe 2 or 3 times a year as a treat to myself.
Really?
And my kids, yeah. And let me tell you this. I am not impressed at all when it comes into the engagements of the turtles in the touch tanks. Like the caller mentioned, I find it ridiculous. I'll make it very clear. I find it very ridiculous that the people can't pick up the turtles anymore. And I find it very terrible that you have to put hand sanitizer, the alcohol one, in your hands to wipe your hands clean, as if the turtles were concerned about getting infected by us. I don't find it nice because it's probably going to affect the water quality, being that those turtles have to swim in that water with their eyes open. And if you have ever licked your finger or touched something that you have to put in your mouth with a hand full of hand sanitizer, that taste is not nice. So, in my point of view, I believe that to improve that type of attraction with the turtle farm, with the touch tanks, I think that the Turtle Center needs to have their staff that is trained to watch after the tourists, because I know it's not the locals that they're concerned about, that are trained to teach and show the tourists how to handle their turtles, because those security guards out there do not even know what to tell you as the reason why I cannot hold those turtles. I used to enjoy holding those turtles, and I wish I could have had my daughter hold them up. I wish I could have her brother hold them up. I wish I can have my brother hold them up. I wish I can show people that we can hold the turtles.
Now, let me get something clear now. You say they stopped where you could pick up the small turtles, to lift them out of the pond?
Yeah.
So why do you have to sanitize your hands?
No, this is what I am getting to now, sir. I am only allowed to use, and I'm going to use it just like how they teach me, 2 fingers to touch the shell of the turtle. Now, I find that pretty ridiculous as a big man.
So you can only touch the shell, but you can't pick it up?
Yeah. Yep, I'm correct, sir. And it is not allowed to hold on to them and all these different types of ridiculous rules. And I find it very ridiculous, sir. I just cannot express it anymore.
But that was...
And I don't care if they don't feel offended or something, and they don't like what I got to say about it. I am a Caymanian that was raised around these things.
I know a lot of children really had, fun picking up the little turtles. There was, hey, I got
exactly. Of all the decades of my life that I've seen the turtle farm operating, this is the first time I've ever heard of this incident where they are concerned about people dropping turtles on the ground. Why in the world would people be pulling the turtles out of the tank and holding them above the ground? It's to me, it's baffling just to see the lack of interest that these people do have.
So that's the reason
with these turtles.
That's the reason that you've gotten for why you can't lift them up.
That's what the security guard explained to me, and I was like, "That's not a good enough excuse." They kill these turtles to eat. Come on, now.
Yeah. But
I mean, it's not hard to explain to the tourists that this is the location where we farm our animals to eat. They're not releasing them at the quantities that I would love to see them releasing them at. Because here, what? If they was to be releasing them for Emancipation Day at this, however amount of age it was that they would have released each turtle for each year that we was emancipated, I would have felt more satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
But to tell me that you're going to just release one and name her after some person? No. I would be like, I wouldn't want nobody naming a turtle after my name, just to be honest. Yeah. But if you was to do something like that, do it in the quantity.
Now, catch. You know? Now, I was just told that one of the reasons that you can't pick up the turtles out of the water is because it's too much stress on the turtle.
Yeah, I don't know how they test our stress levels, but anyways. Yeah, they must have a language dictionary for them, but I don't know what our one is. So, boy, you know, so eventually we're not gonna be able to go to it.
It's I guess it's some humanitarian way of handling animals.
Yeah, some international law for people that don't even know how caiman looks. But anyways,
imagine when we used to put them on their back and tie up their fins.
Yeah, I mean, you know, just to be Caymanian is an anomaly enough. So I can't even explain how I feel about some of these things that these people are doing.
So the whole turtle farm experience, you think, has been just kind of diluted?
Washed away in a sense. I still appreciative that they still have the turtles in display and whatnot, and you know, like, I just wish that they never changed those that simple little thing. It's just simple little things that turn people off, you know. Mm-hmm. It's simple little things that turn people off.
I know a lot of kids enjoy doing that. That you could pick up the turtle. That was, you know, a big thing.
Yeah. So you know,
do you say you go there sometimes 3 times a year?
Mm-hmm.
Do you enjoy the other parts of it where you go swimming and stuff like that?
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't complain about it because I've never gotten that kind of engagement when I was young too. So I can say that they compensate back with the swimming area, like the lagoon.
Uh-huh.
You know, I was a person that was always afraid of always afraid of the bigger fish in the sea.
Yeah.
So like, I like snorkeling. I go on the reef and whatnot. I'll snorkel on the coral gardens and, you know, I do my little free diving. But once I see a big fish, I'm back up. So when I go to the turtle farm, I feel a little bit more secure that when I snorkeling and I see the bigger fish, you know, I kind of trust them, and I see the turtles swimming as well. But you know, it's just that touch type thing, because there's not everybody that knows how to swim that still wants to engage.
Yeah, well, I was disappointed to hear that there was that interaction between a guide and, you know, the visitor is gone also, because that was another good part of it.
Yeah, exactly, and also another thing that I don't know, I might probably have missed out on it, but they used to hand out food to feed the turtles. I don't know if they still do it, but I might have missed out on it the last time I went.
Well, listen, I got to take a break.
Yeah.
But,
okay then.
Thank you for calling and giving us, your experience at the Turtle Center.
You're welcome.
You take care. Have a good afternoon.
All right.
I'll be right back after these messages.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands, the ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom, the land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your sister islands.
Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
What matters most to you right now? The cost of living, housing, jobs, healthcare, safety? The Cayman Islands government has set 7 national priorities for 2026 to 2028, focused on areas that affect daily life, from preparing Caymanians for opportunity, to improving quality of life and social stability, to strengthening Cayman's long-term resilience. Learn more about the 7 broad outcomes at gov.ky/priorities. 7 priorities, 1 Cayman.
Happy 50th anniversary, Radio Cayman. From the Bluff to the shores of Grand Cayman, you have been the trusted source of news and great music. This is Ventisha Conley, the events manager for the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and Heritage.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. What's on your mind? You can give me a ring at 1-800-534-8255. That is courtesy of Flo. You can also give me a call on 949-8037, 949-6990, and WhatsApp 925-3261. You can drop us a message or give me a call. And earlier I had mentioned about this story in today's Compass about the changing demographics of Cayman's international workforce. And looking here on this chart, let's see. The Jamaicans still hold the number 1 spot, as they're the champions of the international demographics of Cayman's workforce. Was it real small writing here? 13,000 Jamaican workers, followed by the Philippines with just over 7,000, India 2,200 plus, United Kingdom 2,100 plus, and guess who is in the, 5th place? Nepal. Yep. Nepal in there with over 1,700 people, almost 1,800. That's more than Canada. Canada follows Nepal. And what I found striking was as far as the Caribbean, the CARICOM countries, Jamaica is the only one I see here in the top listings. Yeah. There are people from Kenya, South Africa. Well, in order, we said Nepal, then Canada, Honduras, United States comes after Honduras there, and Nicaragua, South Africa, Kenya, and Ireland. And topping it off there, or Dominican Republic. And then we have a mix of others. But 37,267 people working in the Cayman Islands, it looks like, are workforce by nationality. And I noticed that I had started to run into a number of Nepalese over the last, months here, which is, I kind of found as an oddity, but obviously more and more of them are coming here. And as you can see out of the top here, after Jamaica, Asia is very much up at the top here. And as is pointed out in the story, one of the reasons for that all comes down to cost. Even in the white-collar world, in the financial industry, they're turning to nationalities where they can get people who are not quite as expensive than they would get from, I guess, UK, the US. It also points out that the cost of living in Cayman has deterred people from the UK in recent years, that their numbers weren't as many as it was in years gone. And as far as Nepal is concerned, there's a quote here from, I'm not sure, I guess this is Alistair David. Nepal may now be filling some of the roles that Filipinos did 20 years ago: hospitality, domestic work, and hotels. I noticed they don't list Caymanians as a nationality in this list of groups here. But certainly the face of the workforce is changing from what it was 25 years ago. And Cayman keeps growing. More jobs are developed and created, and we have to bring in people to fill these jobs. And there is, I guess in many ways, as from what people would be looking at this, in a way, a victim of our own success. When we talk about having to bring in so many people from overseas in order to fill the jobs that are being created in Cayman, and some people complain about that, but I always remember, and I'm pretty sure it was Governor Lloyd, and what he was, I think he was governor, 80s, if I'm remembering correctly, back in the 80s. And when he was leaving, one of the things that he said, that Caymanians needed to have more babies. Yep. He said, we needed to have more children. We weren't, having enough babies born to Caymanians. And I guess if you had followed his advice, we would produce more people who we would have to fill the jobs that are being created today. And it all comes down to numbers, where we have this booming economy. Every time you look around, there's some kind of new business, and it takes people to run a business. Simple as that, right? And a lot of these businesses are being started by Caymanians also. So what you can't say to someone who decides they're going to start a business and they need 5 people in order to run that business, if they can't find the talent that they need among Caymanians, you really can't tell them, no, you can't do your business because we're not going to let you take out a work permit. That's not going to work. I mean, I've actually heard people say we should put a moratorium on work permits. We have someone on the line. Let's see what's on their mind. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Yes, me again.
Yes.
Mr. Glidden. I just heard you mention something about employment, work permit.
Uh-huh.
I wonder who is realizing that in less than 6 months, I would say we can have 3 brand new hotels opening on this island. Is anybody looking to see how many more people will be coming to this island for a job? And how many more vehicles we're going to have on our roads with these 3 hotels that's going to be opening sometime very soon.
Remind me who the 3 hotels are. Remind me who
they are?
Yeah.
Okay. We got GT, 1 GT. We got the Grand Hyatt there by Kentucky Fried Chicken. And then we got the Dart one down on around the corner going to the 7 Mile Public Beach.
Okay.
With the overhead. Yeah. And they're humongous. And they will be opening very soon.
And you're going to need a lot of staff.
They're going to need a lot of staff. And I'm not hearing nobody talking about staff at the places and if they start hiring yet and how many Caymanians trying to get in there and so forth. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I can tell you, if the Caymanians are not in there, there will be a lot more work permit, the issue, and more cars on our roads. And I want to know with the cost of living here in Cayman right now and opening those 3 hotels before this year is out, they must be going to be making very good money to go and pay the rent that we got on this island right now and buy groceries and have and live amongst us. They got to be making a good salary. Because if they're going to make a good salary, then you try to consider to see who's here that would like to come and work with them to make that salary that who might already have an apartment here or a home here or live with a family member or with a friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, being roommates, I discovered that many expat workers have roommates. They don't live by themselves.
They sure don't.
They share an apartment, and they're not necessarily service workers or people who might be, just minimum wage people, who you would expect that they would maybe sharing a place with someone. But these are people that, are up above minimum wage, and they have roommates. That's how they make it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and another thing, Mr. Glidden, up here on the Newlands bypass, they just made this roundabout going into the new road going to the agriculture area.
Yeah.
They got 4 signs there saying give way. Those 4 signs say give way. They need to be taken down. What I mean? And put some real signs there saying stop with a capital S and a capital P at the end. Because anybody get there, they are just zooming and zooming and zooming. They don't care who they come and find there because they ain't waiting.
That's on Hearst.
First come, first serve.
That's on Hearst. What is it? Hearst Road.
Yes, Hearst Road. Hearst Road. Giveaway signs need to be removed and put stop signs there. But some people, pardon me?
I went through that intersection the other night, and it is kind of scary.
Very scary. It's very scary, very much. And all when you're going to you go there, by the time you pull up, another car pull up, so you feel like the other one made you. That car is the one who has to move, and then me. And then there's another one coming behind, though. They're shooting right up too. They're not stopping.
Yeah, and because
that
roundabout is so small, it's almost like people forget about the rules of the roundabout.
Yes, and also that speed bump they go there, that needs to go as well too. That speed bump is in a crazy a very, very crazy location. And I don't know if they're going to move that later or what. Move those giveaways and put some serious stop signs, because these giveaways that we use in Cayman, I mean, they don't want to obey the stop sign as it is neither. But God, I think the stop sign will make them stop a little bit quicker than I give way. Everybody feel like they got the right to. How can 4 cars go one time?
Well,
that shall happen.
Vehicle on the right has the right of way at the roundabout.
Well, I had the right of way, and 2 cars shoot up in front of me.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Another thing about that being so small is that the margin of safety that you have is reduced because that car is close to you, that other one. And,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You don't have much time to hit your brake.
Yeah, that's true. And also down there on Smith Road there by Dr. Foley, that should be having 4 stop signs there as well too, because nobody knows there. But you want to hear something cute this morning? What I saw this morning? 3 vehicles trying to make 1 lane. Trying to make 3 lanes out of one lane. So they just sit there in my car and just rock my head. 3 lanes, they're trying to make it 1 lane. And knowing that it's only a 1 lane there by Dr. Foley, and they're trying to make a 3 lanes. Undespicable.
Listen, I have to take a break.
I
got to take a break, okay?
Alrighty, cool.
Bye-bye. Be right back.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Hey, new drivers, don't just drive smart. Cynical and Inspire Cayman's Safe Driver program will show you how. Get real-life simulator training and classroom sessions to help you gain experience, stay alert, and avoid accidents. Learn to recognize risk, manage fatigue, and make smart choices behind the wheel. Certified participants may even pay less for Cynical motor insurance. Learn more and register at cynical.ky. Cynical, keeping Cayman covered.
The best foundation you can wear is glowing, healthy skin. The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter specialize in enhancing your skin's well-being. Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, including any skin cancers, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email drporterkman@gmail.com or call 946-9020. That is 946-9020.
What matters most to you right now? The cost of living, housing, jobs, healthcare, safety. The Cayman Islands government has set 7 national priorities for 2026 to 2028, focused on areas that affect daily life, from preparing Caymanians for opportunity to improving quality of life and social stability to strengthening Cayman's long-term resilience. Learn more about the 7 broad outcomes at gov.ky/priorities. 7 priorities, 1 Cayman.
Hi everyone, this is Paulette Connolly. One of my favorite memories of Radio Cayman growing up was listening to the radio comedy Clitheroe Kid after I had completed my homework in the evening.
We present Jimmy Clitheroe as the Clitheroe Kid.
And then in 1980, after joining the staff of the station, I was one of the announcers who played the program on air for our listeners. Happy 50th anniversary, Radio Cayman.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. And I've been talking about the changing demographics of Cayman's international workforce and how more Asian nationalities have becoming more prominent among the numbers of people that we have here on work permits. And even in the white-collar world, we see from these stats here, you see people coming now from Africa, South Africa, Kenya. I know I've run into some people from Zimbabwe that work in accounting firms. And I guess this will be the trend going forward, even more diversification as far as the nationalities that we have here in Cayman. Because from all appearances, Cayman's growth is going to continue. And you need people to make things work. Businesses are not going to operate unless there are people there to work those businesses. And yeah, of course, you got AI and all that kind of stuff, but still, for right now, you need people. We do have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Glidden.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you're on the air. Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. I heard you a while ago saying Caymanians need to have more Cayman children.
Yeah, that was Governor Lloyd's advice to us.
It's nothing wrong with Caymanians having children, but how can we provide for those kids? It's no good you having children and you can't provide for them how you would properly want to provide for them. I mean, there's school fees, there's daily lunch, there's uniforms, there's other things. I mean, how with Caymanians, why the good of having Cayman children when they're going to suffer, because no one in this world want to have children and don't want to give them a good life. So I'm thinking that you got to have children, you have to have a plan for children.
Mm-hmm.
It's no good to bring in children in this world when they're going to suffer, and a lot of educated people know that having children is good, but then if you don't have the funds and the real way to raise a child, it's no good at having children, because where you going to have kids and give them to other people to take care of you when we were never brought up like that? We either had the grandmothers in the house or an aunt or something. Now they're having kids and giving them to expats to raise them the way they want to raise them and bring them up the way. So I see why Caymanians don't. It's not that they can't have them, but people that are sensible would like to have and stay home to raise their children, but unfortunately they cannot, because the cost of living is way over the sky limit.
Well, when you say that they're giving them to expatriates to raise, are you talking about the expatriate nanny? That?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you have to work, child care is often an obstacle for parents. Especially if it takes two to make the ends meet.
You see, when we were raising up, we had grandmothers or aunts or someone in the house to take care of us, and we were like a family.
Yeah.
Life is so hard in the island here. We have the people that have kids have to have other outside influence with helpers, and I see why the Cayman people don't want to have children, because they want to raise them their way, and if they can't afford to raise them their way, I see why they don't want to have kids.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was saying that because, and I was saying that was advice that, do you know who I'm talking about when I say Governor Lloyd?
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
that was he was saying that we should be having more children in order to take full advantage of Cayman as a people.
He probably could have said that when he was governor, but if he was to return back, I know he would see a different story now.
So, I mean, you don't think if we had more Caymanians, then we could fill the jobs that we have to bring in foreigners for?
Well, we have Caymanians that can fill the jobs, but Caymanians are not going to work for what the expats are working for. You know, years back, we never had to bring in labor or help. Our Caymanians was always at work, and we learned from doing a lot. I mean, we didn't have to have college education or anything else. We learned to take care of ourselves, and we learned to work. I mean, we had people pulling bush. When you pull bush, you shove the machete under the grass, and the roots was taken off. Now you have people coming in, cutting your yard every week, just taking the lawnmower, the hedge trimmer, trimming the top. Next week, they're back to collect money. We never had people that pull bush and do a yard like that. When people pull bush, they all had a job.
But who are you going
They
to
didn't have to come and collect money every week.
Who
it was
are
like
you
a
going to
month
find
or
to
three.
pull bush today?
See someone come back into your yard. Your yard was clean like a penny.
But
We didn't have to have people come in and do landscaping. We had old men that would work for 10 shillings a day.
Yeah, that was in the days of shillings. That was some time ago. But who are you going to find to
It
pull
was
bush
some
today?
time ago, but we had a good job that was well done.
But do you understand what I'm saying? Who are you going to find to pull bush today?
Pardon?
I said, who are you going to find to pull bush today?
Myself. I'm a 72-year-old Caymanian, and I do an excellent job when it comes to cleaning the weeds into my yard. I just need the time.
Okay.
But I'm not going to work for anyone for 10 shillings. I work for myself.
All right, ma'am. Well, thanks for the call. I got to go to the news. So
Thank you.
you have a good afternoon, you hear? It's 2 o'clock. Let's check in with the newsroom.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market.
With your latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. Enterprise Cayman is rolling out a packed March program to help students, early career talent, and entrepreneurs get ready for internships, jobs, and new ventures. The 2026 Career Development Workshop Series has launched, while 10 finalist teams in the Cayman Islands Business Design Competition are now preparing with mentors for Pitch Day on Saturday, April 18th, which is going down at the Grand Cayman Marriott Resort. The organization is also highlighting upcoming tech and career events, including Capture the Flag cyber competitions, AI-focused cyber sandbox sessions, and resume and interview webinars. In international news, the BBC is asking a Florida court to throw out President Donald Trump's multi-billion-dollar defamation lawsuit over a Panorama episode that edited one of his speeches. The corporation says the documentary never aired or streamed in the U.S., so the court has no jurisdiction. In a motion filed Monday, the BBC argues the program was only shown on UK TV and iPlayer, was never on BritBox or other U.S. platforms, and was not broadcast in Florida. It says the, quote, chilling effect is clear when someone as powerful as Trump sues over reporting on his activities. A BBC spokesperson says the corporation will, quote, robustly defend the case, while Trump now has about 2 weeks to respond to the dismissal request. In other news, Prime Minister Keir Starmer has announced a £53 million support package to help vulnerable households hit by soaring heating oil prices since the U.S.-Israeli war with Iran began. The money will target low-income families in rural communities across the UK. Those are the latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and let's take a look at the weather. Current conditions, 85 degrees here in Georgetown. It feels like 92. The wind has picked up a little bit, still out of the south-southeast at about 11 knots. And the forecast is calling for partly cloudy skies for the rest of the afternoon and into the evening with isolated showers tonight. And looking at the radar, we can see some isolated showers out to sea around Grand Cayman and also, Sister Islands. Yeah, well, there's one just popped up out of sea off of Cayman Brac. But pretty clear out there. Among the Sister Islands. We do have a caller on the line, so let's check in with the phone lines. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Carlo.
Yes, how are you?
I'm good, sir, I'm good. Listen to your conversation from earlier, but I was driving, so I couldn't get to chime in on the immigration stuff we were talking about.
Yeah.
Permit.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I give you some idea. I'll be 50 this year, so I know of Mr. Peter Lloyd when he was here governing over the Cayman Islands for Britain, yeah. Okay, and his statement is correct to a point because at that time we had some kind of incentive to have kids because if you remember clearly, back then in the Caymanian, they had it for anybody who had kids here, the child didn't pay no medical. He didn't have to have insurance. In the stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't
so
have any kind
so you paid
of
nothing
insurance.
to the Georgian hospital. But the thing now, we made it open for everybody who came here. So that is what destroyed that system. Yeah, that should have been for Caymanians only and their kids. But we had expats here working at the time, so we had permits here working at the time, and summertime they used to bring their kids across and they use up our health care for free because nobody was paying for it until they reached 18. Okay, that's one thing that mashed up then. But also, Mr. Peter Lloyd should have said something about the educational system because we'll have to grow that to have people in place to take over these jobs because for years I've been fighting the education system here because it's not a system of academics where you pass on academics, you pass on age. Which is so wrong.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But
just get past.
You can't have somebody who in middle school and they fail, but yet you graduate them to high school.
Yeah.
And they fail in high school, but you give a diploma to go in the workforce. So you have gear for failure. And for all these years, for my 50 years, I'll go in and I have kids in the school system right now. It is still the same. I have teachers that cannot explain the agenda to me because the A, B, C, D, E, F, who is 1 to 100 or 1 to 400, and it's either meeting expectations, you have expectations, or you're above expectations, but they can't tell you where you're at academically. So that makes no sense for me to, or for me to know how to help to reach the next level.
Mm-hmm.
It's only when he has failed, I would know that he or she has failed. I don't know, because I've been to all my PTAs to find out what these marks represent. What are they saying? Where am I?
Yeah.
What's the margin? But even the teacher can't explain the proper way to explain the curriculum to me when it comes to the grading.
They use that.
So all these stuff would have us to have a more successful Caymanian planted workforce. As if I am a company, I'm not going to hire people who don't match or fit my work. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll always be hiring people to come in. At the same time, we have a great system, you know. But we don't have, for the enforcement side of it, that's the slackest part of it. It's died. We have every law here to protect that enforcement, but nobody is enforcing. So when you see okay, what I'm saying is our permit system says we have to look for a suitable Caymanian, and if there's none, then we could hire, right?
Right.
Okay. I have seen, I'll go to the layman's, the no-brainer job, like a gas attendant.
Uh-huh.
I have seen gas pump attendants roll over and come back to that same work of a place of work after their 1 year. So you tell me now that companies be entitled to get an next permit? That's the problem. They should never be entitled to get a next permit for that position because you have to have some kind of planning. That is why the permit system is made. As we don't have our kind to help us know about the job, so we hire somebody to teach us. So after the 7 years, it used to be 4 years, but after the 7 years, we still have nobody to learn how to pump gas. Come on.
Which is not really a skilled
problem.
thing.
It's a big problem there.
Having done it myself when I was in school.
But that's only one. That's only one part of the equation that I can show. I can show you many more, but we don't have time for that. But that's one part, and that's all on the government now, you know. Because me or you can't change that just like that. You got to take a whole 500 of us to go in front of the legislature to march and say, yes, we demand change. But the government who is at hand at the moment, they could fix all of these because all of these stuff are in law. We have all the laws there to help us, but if there is no enforcement of the law is useless.
But tell me something. Do you think using the pumping gas thing again, right? I guess it's you might say a minimum wage kind of job.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to find Caymanians to go after that?
Well, you're not going to find all Caymanians, but I can put it this way. We have a lot of Caymanians here who sit down and they feel entitled, and that's the newer Cayman. I ain't talking the older generation like myself. We have some younger generation of Caymanians that sit down and they feel like they're entitled, that they're supposed to do stuff without work. Okay, I believe if who sacrifices themselves in school and reaches to the highest degree of their academics, they deserve the position over me, who, if I was a person who just lay around in school and been the class around.
Yeah.
I just graduate because of attendance. He graduate because of academics. Not the same. So you cannot expect me to be looking at you as you're a doctor and I'm a sanitary worker, and we try to live the same lifestyle. It's impossible.
True.
That is where the downfall is.
Yeah.
We have to know what we are capable of doing and stop making everybody believe, oh, you can do this. No. Even a football team, you have positions to play. If the goal don't start to play forward all the time, there will be nobody attending goal.
I think sometimes too, because we are still relatively a small society, and take two guys go to school together. They know each other from kids, right? One is the academic, like you talk about, and the other one, he ain't too good in school, right? And don't really apply himself. They graduate, like you say, one because they got good grades, and the other one just because he's been there long enough.
Attendant.
And the guy who got the academics, he's climbing, he's doing good. Now, the other one looks at him. He's known him all his life. That's his buddy that he always played with in school. Now, he must go and take a minimum wage job while his friend is doing so well. I think there's a certain amount of embarrassment when reality hits.
Yeah, but that's when you have ego, Charlo.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you, I reached a situation in my life where one door closed and there was no more opening unless I go and kick it down. Yeah?
Well,
I started the job I'm doing today is a 20-year-old job now.
Mm-hmm.
You get me?
Yeah.
And this is a job that I started from the very bottom. I started in a warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah? And it wasn't what I wanted, but I saw what I needed. I worked towards that, and 20 years now, I am 20 years further ahead than I was when I started in that same company. So a lot of us want to look around at people and say, well, but they don't know when they started to do well, how long they were suffering before they did well.
Yeah.
Even a lot of these superstars that we see around the place, Denzel Washington, he can tell you, say it's not until he reached almost in his 40s before he started to have success.
Yeah, he paid his dues.
Many more like him too.
He paid his dues.
They paid their dues because they were at a hard time in their career where we had a kind of off balance when it came to the racial thing. So they weren't accepted or they weren't being paid the wages that they were supposed to be paid, and they weren't being recognized or they have no recognition because of certain circumstances. But now, look at him now, a billionaire basically. You know what I mean? So we have to know that anything we want in life, it takes a sacrifice, either time or skill. It takes a sacrifice. But a lot of us here sit down and we feel like mama and pop did and we can get the house. And then when mama and papa did, it's going to get the house and they start fighting over it. Fighting for something that they never put there. And that is, I know some families around here that are big mega families. I ain't going to call no names because I ain't bringing no shame to none of them.
Please don't.
But I know, or they're separated because Papa did and left the land because Norma Jean or there, whatever it is, get the land and they won't split it how they want to split it, but in a splitting that way. And everybody fighting over this, but I believe, like what the Bible says, God can have his own. Yeah, Papa have, Mama have, but God bless the man that have his own. So you have to go out there and try.
God bless the child that got his own.
Yes. I know a man right now where he tell me, right now he's disgruntled with this has caused a separation with his son. He worked almost 3 jobs to acquire a piece of land beside him so that he could pass down when he's older to say, well, this is for his generation. Give him a hand up. And you know what the son did after he gave him the land? Less than the son sell the land without the father even knowing. Is the father see construction going on next door? And he say, but he running the people off the land. No, this is my son's land. What are you doing there? And are you so-and-so? He goes, no, well, this land belongs to so-and-so. It was acquired. And the son didn't want to answer the phone when the father called because he know what he done. I say that to say this. You cannot just give things away. You got to make them know how to achieve them because you just give it away. They don't know what it took to get it. So they're going to lose it for nothing. The same way they got it for nothing, the same way they're going to lose it for nothing. And that's a lot of things going on with the kids right now because you look around, the demographic is because we did not pass on our hardship to the kids so to make them know, look, if you want this, you're going to have for this.
That's how people learn value. The value.
Yes. You
something.
Have respect. Even even the company I work for, I respect the owners or some of the owners who I know because they had their kids working there from their, like I say, I've been there for 20 years. I've watched their kids grow up through the company.
Mm-hmm.
All their summer breaks, their Easters. Anytime school gave break, they came and worked. And they weren't only working in the office. They worked in the warehouses.
They were learning the business from the ground up.
You got to learn the job from the ground up. Yeah, and right now one of them is basically taking over from his dad, and I'm proud of him because I watch him grow myself. I've been there for 2 years, and I watch him grow, and I'm proud of him. I didn't want to call his name to bring him out there. I am proud of him and his father for how his father bring him. And if we had more people here in Cayman who did that same, your child or usher your kids out or bring them to where they have some apprentice program to say, well, here, this is my child, teach him some carpentry because you're a good carpenter. I want him to have a trade. But none of that not going on no more. All those days are done. So I can't blame the businesses for hiring who they believe is going to be on time and be dependable.
And make a contribution to the business, right?
Yeah.
Become an asset to have you here. You're not just a worker, you're an asset. Well, listen, thank you so much for the call. I think you have a very good outlook on life, and pass it on. Thanks for the call.
Oh, definitely. I have 3 and 2 grandkids, and I'm passing it on. Passing that torch forward to them. Let them know what life is really about.
All right. Well, you take care. Thanks for the call. We have to take a break. Be right back.
Pure high-octane horsepower. The ASO 2026 Car Show, Sunday, March 22nd at the Lion Center. Cayman's hottest cars are on full display for a family fun day. Check out Cayman's Street Kings and top exotic cars. Want to get involved in the ASO show? Call 925-5433 for more info. The ASO 2026 Car Show, Sunday, March 22nd, 12 to 6 p.m. at the Lion Center. Proudly sponsored by Napa, Automotive Art, Inco, Super Soco, Monster Energy, 00, Bogle Insurance, Cayman Customs at Digital Customs, and Cayman Motoring Federation.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
Looking for a station that plays the music you actually love?
Switch now to Breeze 105.3 FM.
The best adult contemporary hits
of the 70s, 80s,
and more. All day, every day. Feel good. Sing along and let the breeze keep you company.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. And, we got less than 10 minutes left on Talk Today. If you want to express yourself, your opinions about something, you got about 9 minutes. Yep, 9 minutes to go. So, pick up the phone and give me a call. I was looking at a story in CNS about the headline is the Platts family donates pristine Brack land to trust. And it's the family of the late Wallace Platts and his wife Edna Platts donated 3 acres of native forests on Cayman Brack to the National Trust for the Cayman Islands. That's not native forest, but it's pristine native forest, right? Which is a fantastic thing, I mean, as we all know, so much land is being lost to development. And we have to develop, the growth keeps going. If we were stagnant, that would be another problem. The other side of the coin, I guess. But yeah, these 2 people, a couple, who have become, I guess they had Cayman status from what I'm reading here. And they donated this land, their family they have passed, but their family now have donated this land to the National Trust. The forest includes large, mature mastic trees, native banana orchids, cactus, candlewood, and many more indigenous species. Some of which, according to this article, some of which are found nowhere else in the world. And this will be something that, future generations can enjoy, going into the bush, as we used to say, and, enjoying nature just as nature intended it to be. And this is certainly, something that everyone should appreciate. These were Canadians, and they lived in Cayman for a good portion of their lives, and they loved Cayman, from what is indicated here in this article and some of the comments. But I had to take note that among the comments there was one that was saying that, thanking them, and then it was ended with, generational Caymanians should do likewise, and are not as generous. Shame on them. And boy, that started a row about whether generational Caymanians, do this sort of thing, and whether those who can do it, who have the land, donate land to the National Trust. And it was interesting little row in the comments there about how much Caymanians have done as far as the National Trust is concerned. But certainly, there have been Caymanians who have donated land. Whether we could do more, well, I guess that's, something that can be debated. But so often we hear about, the negative outlook of, expats, expats this, expats that. Here we have an example of people who came to Cayman, fell in love with the place, and who, loved nature. They were conservatives, and now their family has, given land to the National Trust to be preserved for the benefit and enjoyment of future generations. We do have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello, are you there? Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Yeah.
Charles.
Yes, go ahead.
You can hear me okay?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Charles, I was just food for thought. I was looking at how the people down at Miss Dora Bay enjoy. You remember, you know what Miss Dora Bay is, right?
See the place is Red Spot?
The what?
Red Spot, I hear some people call it too.
No, the little fish market there.
Right.
Yeah, Miss Dora's. Yeah, okay. I was looking at that, and seeing how much the tourists enjoy swimming there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we was growing up, the other area there in town, by where the little key is there, I can't remember what the name for that one was, but I mean, we used to swim there every afternoon, every day. Hofstad Bay, yeah. We used to swim there every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was something that could be done to kind of, to fix that where the tourists can go there and just kind of swim and stuff like that. I think it would be a very good attraction also for the tourists. instead of just having the one area there by Miss Dora's. I was thinking about that, and I've been meaning to mention it to you, but every time it's always something else, and it kind of slipped me. So I don't know. I just thought it would be a brilliant idea because there's not too many places where people can come off the ship unless they got to Smith's Cove, and it would be nice if they could kind of put some silk screen across and just kind of, secure one area with from the boats.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Safe.
Yeah.
Well, it's a nice little beach. I mean,
it is.
And I think it's amazing too how clean it still is.
It is, and it's
all
just
the
going to
activity
waste.
that goes on around it.
Yeah, I think I think somebody need to get their thinking hats on, and because it don't look like we're gonna get rid of the cruise ships anyway, whether we build a dock or not.
They just love
the
cruisers love to come to Cayman.
Exactly, and I think it's time that we start thinking ahead in the future instead of sticking our nose or head in the sun, because those years are gone of sticking your head in the sun. I mean, we need to think outside the box now.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was my thought for the day, Charles. So you have a good afternoon, sir.
Well, thanks for the call, and you got the last word. Have a good afternoon. Yes. I remember people used to go swimming there all the time, right there in Hogside Bay on that little beach, right there at the seafront and waterfront in Georgetown. I can remember seeing a lot of kids playing right in that cove right there. Nice little spot. And who knows? Maybe that's an idea that could work. Just make it so boats can't come all the way in there so people can swim. Might be an idea that's worth looking into. Well, that about does it for me and Talk Today for this afternoon. Thank you to all the callers, and thank you for tuning in and making me a part of your afternoon. I'm Charles Glidden. One love.
Today is brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066.